What's up, Rosemary Professor? I just did a nice half an hour or more live podcast with a YouTuber from here in Mexico. Guy speaks English. Dude's pretty cool. He's got long hair like an Indian. Looks like a rock star. Anyway, today is Day of the Dead, and I'm in traffic, so I'm not going to be speeding around and popping wheelies and shit, because there's a lot of people that are out here, and they're just trying to get to their family's cemetery plot, and people are parked fucking everywhere, just trying to get through traffic. Anyway, I never normally go downtown, but I did today, and fortunately for me, I was able to see my boy Danny. And we like I said, I just put it on, and as I was done with the live stream, I suddenly realized that I may have not even initiated the go button. So when we were done, after we saw all those ancient structures, I was pissed to find out that I hadn't even done it. I did it to myself, obviously. Well, anyway, guys, I want to talk to you about other stuff. The reason why I'm getting into historical structures is because no one else is doing it here, and many people are telling me history that may or may not be true. I mean, it won't be the first time anybody's lied to me in Mexico, but then again, vice versa, that's true. But now I'm here, and I'm on the side of question. I'm questioning everything that I've been told about the town that I'm in, because it turns out it's 1,000 years old or older. When I moved here, I went to a McDonald's. It was the only McDonald's in town. Not a big town here. It's like 200,000 whatever people. And when I got here, there was a map on the wall. And see, this is where somebody fucked up, because it was an ancient map, and all the stuff that was on the map was dated way the hell before the 1500s. So people are like telling me, "Oh, you're wrong. This bridge is only 300 years old." Guess what? That bridge was built on top of another. Excuse me. The bridge is original. But it's buried. You guys see the archways? The arcs going like this, and then you see that the edge of the bridge is buried. I mean, you could see it's at least 10, 15, 20 feet in some spaces underground. The arches are like this. The way I found this out is my first year here. I was staying in a hotel. Across the street from the hotel was a grocery store, and in the front of the grocery store is this ancient wall. It's like, God, why would they build a grocery store here? Well, what they did was they had an old structure, basically adopted it, just like most old structures. We don't build them, we inherit them, and then we build on top of them with our shitty half-assed work. Because the stonework, if you were able to see the video I did earlier, you'll see that the marble work, the stonework, and this is supposed to be, when there was only like 10,000 people in this town. Why would they build these giant structures for 10,000 people? I mean, the palaces, the huge gardens, the centers and everything, all of that was buried under who knows how much mud. The first picture I saw was right around, when I've been one of the first photographs ever taken of this town. You can actually go online and see them. Huge, wide streets. A huge main street. And it wasn't a dirt road, it was a stone road that had been covered over with like powdery dirt, and the powdery dirt underneath that was stone. Underneath that was another civilization. And I saw the old style Mexican clothing. They had the sashes and the big hats, the big sombreros, and the big sombreros. There weren't that many people here. There were indigenous people here. You're gonna tell me that 10,000 indigenous people built these megalithic structures? I don't think so. What was done was people inherited the buildings, and I saw the pictures with my own two eyes. And this town was a teeny little town until Coca-Cola came here in 1947. I think it was 1947. And all these old ancient structures were dug up, fixed up to make factories. I mean, just the palaces alone, they just go on and on and on in every direction. And this is a teeny little town. Are you kidding me? So this was called San Juan del Rio. When I got here, there was no river. That means the river. There was no river. All it was an empty, giant ditch. And here it was, this bridge that had been buried under for who the hell knows how long. People are telling me 300 years. People are telling me 500 years. But I was in this hotel. And I was enjoying my time here in the hotel because I was getting ready for a bodybuilding show. It was Mr. Mexico or something like that. And my friend put me up in this hotel. He's like, it's very cheap. It was like, I don't know, $7 a night. And so I paid for a whole month, and I stayed in this hotel for a month. So I'm exploring because I don't know anybody and I don't know anything. I mean, I got this competition coming up. I'm going to the gym every morning, and I'm noticing all these ancient, like massive, like parks and structures, and no one's there. There's nobody there. When I'm looking at these old pictures of San Juan del Rio, and I'm seeing 3 or 4 people in a place that looks like it should be covered with masses amounts of people. Nobody. When Coca-Cola came here in 1947 or whatever, they hung the round Coca-Cola signs on these old ancient walls. And of course, Coca-Cola pumps a lot of money into companies, into towns, little small towns like this, and they just paint up these old brick buildings. They brick up the lower floors where you see the archways are all bricked up, because underneath is another civilization, over 1,000-year-old civilization, and I'm just guesstimating over a millennia. And this is news to me. I mean, I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I believed it to be 300, 400, 500 years, like they said. But then when I started figuring out that this isn't the top floor, this isn't the bottom floor, this is the 2nd or 3rd floor that was buried under huge amounts of mud during the 1800s when there was nobody here. Nobody was here. Oh, what is that shit? So I'm looking around and see, this is stuff that if I never told you, you'd never know. Like if I hadn't told you that, you look at this, why is this archway like this in the middle of nowhere? Big gigantic structures are completely abandoned, and it's been dug up or has been bricked over and covered up, like in the downtown area, like I showed you earlier, that I didn't publish like a moron during a live stream, which I had like a little YouTuber here. We'll go Danny. I hope Danny works out because I need some help. I'll be honest with you guys. I want to do more videos. I want to do more live videos. I want to do more skits. I want to do impromptus. I want to just get into it. And I used to be heavily into it, and I just couldn't deal with the criticism before. And then once people started trolling me and then fucking with me and stuff like that, I decided to just jump out of the game. And then I got double-crossed by friends. I got double-crossed by family. People started to just show their ass because they started seeing me doing well. And even one of my good friends, Dave, he's like, even my ex was like, they were like, talking shit about me because, before I got my VA rating, I was homeless. You guys don't know this. I was homeless, penniless, suicidal, homicidal, however you want to call it, because I had untreated PTSD. And I wanted to go for it, man, and I wanted something that would be recreational, to be an outlet for my squealings, because at the time I didn't know, like, the therapy I was getting wasn't really helping me. It just made me fucking nervous all the time. Then I had in vivo therapy, and then I had, came down here and got to see a good therapist who actually is familiar with trauma, because in Mexico there's a lot of women that get assaulted, and those women are shattered. Well, these therapists here know how to deal with trauma, and they use medicines and use herbal remedies and you name it. they try it, which is amazing. And I just wanted to be free from this agony I was in every single day. I mean, constantly nightmares and, just, oh man, just instability. What is this guy doing? This guy looks like he's going to zip in front of me. What do you think? He's already got a messed up front end, but anyway, I don't care. I'm going to go. I'm faster than him. And I just wanted to, what is this guy doing? What are you doing? What is this guy doing? Gotta be careful. Mexico, let me tell you something. The most dangerous thing is traffic. It is traffic. And I'm not talking about drug traffic. I'm talking about fucking traffic. The most dangerous thing in Mexico is traffic. You gotta be super careful. I mean, there's one thing. Well, enough of what. Switching my channel around. I'm gonna stop talking about mental illness. I'm gonna stop talking about womanizers and bad people and Chad's taken over and all the bad stuff that I've been pointing out, because I'm done with that. I'm to the point where if you haven't heard the message that I had to say about the exes and the dumb shit I've done, all the dumb shit or all the fuck shit I've done, and now I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? I don't do anything that would be considered harmful to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Much less, God forbid, illegal or stupid, which a lot of people, when I came down to Mexico, were accusing basically any expat. What are you doing in Mexico? Talking to a rep on the phone with Social Security. He was like, why are you living in Mexico? And I'm like, why? He goes, well, why would we want our veterans running off? We don't want our veterans running off. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, so I'm not allowed to go and live? Not allowed to have a fucking life? And he's like, well, I don't know. It's just like, oh. And I was like, well, that's rude, because I can live in any country I want. There's no rules saying I can't. You know what I mean? And Mexico is not, it's right here. Across the border, you're in the United States. What's a big deal? But like I said, people that are trapped in the matrix don't want people leaving the matrix. They want people to sit around and be miserable. They want people to be afraid. They want to be unhappy. They want people to make second guesses and judgments. It sucks to be that way, and it sucks to be in that situation, because people are just plain ignorant sometimes. So anyway, I'm on my way back to my little fire school, and we're supposed to be collecting donations today for Acapulco for us to drive down there on Monday and distribute. So anyway, I'm floored, I'm blown away, because this is such a great little town, and it's so old. It's so old, and people don't even realize how old it actually is. Man, did I ever luck out coming here. Well, I do live in a little village. It's a colony, and it's called La Peña, which means the mountain or the hill or whatever. But if you take away the accent on in, is La Pena, which means the sorrow. Which made me kind of consider why I'm here. Because, I mean, think about it. My neighbors are missionaries. Missionary school. I'm in a fire school. I have a fire school too. And, unfortunately, I don't know what's wrong, but they don't talk to us. I don't get that. But I do hear a lot of chit-chat, a lot of talking behind our backs and stuff, and that wasn't very cool. I'm like, that's not nice. Why would you do that? And then one day I'm at the park, and I'm training the kids, and these kids from the church are picking on the kids I'm training. You know what I mean? Because they run around in circles, and they have to count every time 1, 2, and they have to scream 3, and at the end they have to say firefighters, bomberos, and then this one kid's like, police, policia. And I'm like, that's not very nice. And he kept messing with the kids, and the kids are like, why are they talking like that? And I was like, wait a minute. And I went over and talked to him, and I said, hey, you got a problem? Because it sounds like you got a problem. You have to think about it, because you have a problem. And I was like, you don't see us talking to you, making problems with you. So you don't need me making problems for my students. You hear me messing with you? I'm not. So you're gonna shut your damn mouth. I didn't say that. I said, just, you need to callate tu boca. Because it's rude to talk to people like that, or talk behind people's back. Basically, it's gossiping. Okay, little kids in Mexico gossip all the time. They're worse than American kids, I believe, as far as like making fun of people, and I'm not down for that. So anyway, after it's all over with, I see they're still doing it, and they have a young guy that's in charge of their group, and I'm telling this kid, I'm like, look, you need to control your kids. You need to control those kids. And he's making excuses for him. Oh, okay, it's okay for you to do it, but it's not okay for me. So I called him out, and yeah, so that caused some indemnity between us, but I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I talk the way I talk, and nobody's going to change that. It's not my business what you do, so it's no business of yours what I do or how I talk. I don't tell you how to talk. Don't tell me how to talk. But I'm not trying to cause conflict with a bunch of missionaries, for God's sake. I mean, they're good people. It's just they have rotten little kids. They have very unruly, undisciplined, smart-mouthed people. And they know they do. And they know they don't have any defense for it either. Partly because, they're accustomed to living a certain way, and the little Mexican kids that are with them are like I said, little gossipers. And so I'm not down for that. I don't like, people making fun of the kids I'm trying to teach to be ethical and practice stoicism. And these clowns are messing around with the kids that I'm teaching. That ain't nice at all. It's not nice at all. And so, I'm about done with dealing with those people. So, like I said, I'm good with the leadership. I'm not okay with, people making fun of these kids, because the kids are sensitive enough. They got enough of their own issues of insecurities and stuff like that. And God forbid, I don't want any kids to have insecurities. Not on my watch. You kidding me? I'm trying to teach these kids to be tough. In fact, the kids that are in my class are the future first responders that are going to be rescuing and putting out fires for these little jitterbugs that are that are gossiping behind my own students' backs, which is a bunch of crap. So I'm saying, so anyway, I'm almost out. I'm almost done, but I want you guys to know I'm going to be changing my channel around, so I'll be doing more historical data and all that stuff. I got to go help somebody. Looks like their motorcycle got stolen last night, and I control all the cameras. So I'm the professor, and I miss you guys, and I'm out.